practicing playing drums for in church? See, the fact is, drums used to be just a rock and roll instrument, but nowadays they are becoming popular in churches all across America, and that's according to worldwiseBibleStudies.com. I personally have been playing drum set for 5 years now. And out of those 5 years, I've been playing in my church band for 2 years. From my personal experiences playing drums in church, I would like to demonstrate to the class how to play drums in church, from the parts of the drum set, the preparation for playing, and the final execution. Drum set. The first part of any drum set is the hi-hat. The hi-hat is pretty much two cymbals on a stand that allow you to press them together using a foot pedal. When you press them together, it gives you a nice sizzle sound, and this helps you keep a nice steady beat to play while you're playing the drums. The next part of any drum set is a snare drum. Now this goes along with the hi-hat to give you a nice beat, a nice sound while you're playing. Also, the third part to the drum set is the bass drum, as seen down here. The bass drum is played with your foot using a foot pedal. Now what the bass drum does is keeps a nice solid beat for the music. When you're tapping your foot or nodding your head, it's the bass drum that is creating that. It is the heartbeat of the music. Another part of the drum set, which you don't hear much in church music, is the toms. Now these are drums used to play like in crazy fills, such as in rock and roll music. And they are accompanied by the cymbals. The cymbals are used to accent the fills and add a nice ringing sound to the music. This is the preparation for playing. A good thing for any preparation is to warm up by doing a couple of the following stretches. First is the wrist shake. Now what you want to do in the wrist shake is move your stick up and down by shaking your wrist like this. Now what this does is it warms your wrist up and keeps them nice and loose for while you're playing. Another good stretch to do is the cross arm stretch. Now what this does is it stretches out your shoulders as well as your arms and keeps them nice and limber while you're playing. Another good thing for any preparation is to listen to the music and listen for certain sounds and stuff to pick out rhythms you might want to play. So let's listen. Now as we're listening, we hear that there's kind of a boom, shake sound to it. So that'd be a nice good rhythm to play. We want to listen for a rhythm that will fit well with the music. So let's try it out. Alright, that sounds good. I think we're ready to play. Finally, we have the execution. A good part of any execution is good, solid rhythms. Now you want to be sure to keep your rhythm simple. You gotta remember, we're in church and not an AC/DC concert. A nice simple rhythm will sound something like this. You want to make sure your rhythms sound like that, and you don't get too crazy. A little bit something like this. Now, you want to be conscious of your speed. Church songs can be quite slow, and as a drummer, you'll tend to want to rush. So you want to slow things down and be sure not to go on ahead. Another thing you want to be conscious of is your volume. Quite frankly, churches are full of old people who do not like loud noises. So you want to be sure to play softly so the old folks don't have to turn their hearing aids down and they don't get mad. One thing you want to be sure to do is to stay focused. Church songs can be quite boring and you can lose your concentration and possibly daydream about what you're going to be doing later. The technique I like to use is to keep my eyes moving and do things such as watch birds out the window, or watch people in the congregation. You can actually see some funny things doing that. Now if you lose your focus, you might miss the end of the song. A good way to hear the end of the song coming is to listen for a retard. What this means is the music will slow down. When the music starts to slow down, it means the song is about to end. If you don't hear that though, just stop when the rest of the band stops. Okay. In conclusion, I've just demonstrated how to play drums in church, from the parts of a drum set to the preparation for playing and the final execution. Psalms 149:3 says, "Praise his name with dancing, accompanied by drums and lyre." Now that you know how to play drums in church, you can go out and try it for yourself. But now I gotta get back to practicing.